This is Al Fritz from earthhealing.info. We're going to talk today about how to enjoy natural places safely. We're talking about the wilderness in our area, which is the Daniel Boone National Forest, Natural Bridge, and also the Red River Gorge. And that's where we're standing right now, at a sign trying to tell people to be careful. They can come and enjoy it. 1 million people do a year. And they haven't overrun it because there's good enforcement and everything's being taken care of. But the nature there has to be respected, just as all nature does. And so we try to tell people, don't act like a macho, don't act like someone who's got to walk around at night not knowing where you're going. Have a good flashlight and many, many other things, as Mike will say later on. But anyway, this is an opportunity for people to be invited in, but to do so and respect the country in which you're invited.
Go ahead.
This is Mike Sparks, an official here in Powell County, and really directs the volunteer program in part. Am I right about that, Mike?
Yes, I'm the Powell County Search and Rescue Coordinator for Powell County for the Gorge, the Natural Bridge, and any wildland that we have here in the county. We are the search and rescue team.
And we hear that you know some stories, and you've had some stories that are showing that people mistreat the natural landscape in different ways. Am I right about that?
Yes, we have multiple cliffs up here in the Red River Gorge that, we've got signs for it's a national forest area that people come and actually camp out and see the very beauty of nature, what is presented in this county. But yet there's still people that does not pay attention to the signs, and it is very dangerous. The cliffs edges are, you could fall off and jump off and different things like that. And we've had numerous fatalities because of that. And this is one of the reasons that we want to make a concern for you. If there's actually a fence there, don't cross over it. It's a meaning that, this could be life and death, and pay attention to the signs, what it means. Because you could be up there at nighttime especially and walk easily off of a cliff, 200-foot drop, and not very many people will survive a 200-foot drop.
Do you have difficulty with young people that like to be macho-like and go up to the edge so others can see them do it and therefore get themselves hurt?
Yes, we've actually had teenagers to go up there and jump from rock to rock, and some of them could be the very dangerous ones that could be either 50 feet or 200 feet, and they've actually jumped the gap. There's gaps in some of the cliffs up there that you jump on one ledge to the other, but you never know, that ledge could be a little higher. We had an incident just recently where a couple teenage boys actually jumped from one ledge to the other, and one of them tried to jump back, but it was a little distance upwards, and of course he made it, but the tilt backwards, he didn't make it all the way, and he tilted backward and fell in a crack, and we had to go and rappel and actually carry him out to the ambulance.
He did not die, but others have. Am I right about that?
Yes. We have actually had one area up there, I won't name the area, but there is one area that has a fence around it, just planks, and it has a sign, don't cross the fence. Well, there's a place there, there's an area there that is a little cliff by itself and another one next to it, and you can jump over that. But if you cross that fence and you jump that crack, who knows if you're going to survive that jumping that distance. And we've had a few that actually jumped that and fell down, and of course when they're falling down they're going to hit the cliff ledge too and rock, all that, and it's mostly 100% non-survivable when they do that.
And Mike, haven't you had people, young kids who got lost there in some ways?
We had a family, two little boys. They was 6 years old and 9-year-old a couple years ago that actually went out with their family camping, and they went off and playing, not realizing how far they was from camp, and they had got lost, and we had spent 2 days up there searching for them. The little boys, they ended up spending the night in the gorge by themselves, and there's so many dangers up there of bears and snakes and stuff, but God had to keep his hand on them because we found them the next day right before a severe thunderstorm too. So, it was we had over 200 people up there searching those 2 days, and we had multiple agencies come all throughout the state, and other states actually brought some dogs in too to help us find them, and thank God that we did find them later on that afternoon the next day, and they was in good shape, wet and hungry is all.
I heard they said they ate twigs or something, they chewed on twigs.
They said they ate twigs and said they'd seen different types of animals in there, and said they slept right next to a log and had companionship, and they didn't seem scared at all.
But still, your rescue volunteers have a lot of work to do sometimes, very quickly and without any notice, don't you?
Yes, we all are all volunteer. Even other counties here, multi-agencies. We've got Wolf, and Menifee County also has search and rescue team here, and then we use some of the fire departments local too. If we have a long haul out or something, or a heavy set person that we have to go get, we usually call in other agencies to help us. But usually the call average is around at least 2 hours minimum, and anywhere to 2 hours to, we even had one incident where it took us over a week, and we wasn't able to find this guy, but he come out the next week after we'd searched all week, and had multiple agencies in here for that one also. A gorge is somewhere that you need to be prepared. We have local businesses here actually has maps that can actually give you a free map and show you the trails, and once you get that map, make sure you go in there. Before you go in there, make sure you have a flashlight, proper fitting shoes. You don't want to hike with sandals on because there's plenty of snakes and bugs in there. You want to make sure that you've got flashlights. A compass would be really good. Your cell phone, if you got a cell phone, make sure the battery's fully charged. Don't stay on it while you're hiking, because the batteries will go down pretty quick. And that's some of our problems that we run into, is people will actually go in there with a low battery on their cell phone, and then they call 911, and it starts getting dusk. It starts getting dark on them, and that's when we actually have to activate the rescue teams to go in there and search for them. And if their battery's dead, then we have no idea where exactly they are unless they give us a pinpoint before their battery goes dead, what trail they went in on. And sometimes, it could take a couple hours, it could take longer to find you. But use common sense before you go in hiking and so forth.
We're talking about huge numbers of people. Most people don't realize. I think it could go up to a million a year or something of that order.
We have roughly around 1 million visitors each year around here in the gorge.
And you are the hospitable agency that handles some very difficult cases.
Yes.
This is the busiest time of the year. We're interviewing during the middle of Labor Day weekend, and we don't want to take too much of your time, Michael, but thank you very much for your work and your efforts.
Well, we appreciate that. Our main concern is making sure that people knows what they're up against when they do actually go in the gorge or Natural Bridge. We've had a lot of incidents where broken ankles, sprained ankles, broken legs, and it goes further and further on more injuries. But that's what we're there for. We all volunteer. We want to make sure everybody comes home safe and goes into the gorge hiking or camping or whatever. Use your common sense and obey the rules, and really pay attention to what goes on around you.
That's excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
In the September 2016 National Geographic, the article Losing the Grand Canyon has a concluding paragraph speaking about a young Romanian woman who was a hiker and fell to her death at a certain point. What I saw was that of the many things that had drawn a math prodigy from Romania into this landscape was that the canyon is emphatically not an amusement park. It is without handrails, a place where the dangers are real. But no less real are the rewards. Among them, the fact that when you move through the ancient wilderness that has not been compromised, You are reminded of our species' humble place in it and the fragility of life.
We're looking down from the Pinnacle Chimney Rock, and we're seeing a separated rock below us, which is where a person fell over when he jumped from one of these ledges to another and turned his foot and was killed. Others have been hurt at the same spot. We're not supposed to leave the fenced area. We're coming to a close, but it's really the beginning. We would like this to be an invitation to you to come and see. 1 million people come a year. We'd like for you to come and see the Daniel Boone National Forest, Natural Bridge, the Red River Gorge. This area attracts a lot of people. It's Kentucky's center. It's its eco center in the entire state. So come and see it, but be careful. That's the whole point that we're trying to make. You can be safe, and you can enjoy your stay, your camping, your hiking. You can do it all, and still you can be a person that always remembers this as a wonderful spot to enjoy life. This is Al Fritz from Earth Healing. Come and see us sometime.